Salutations, Imperials, citizens, and battle brothers. It's Brother Tobias, and today I'm back with an unboxing video. Haven't done one of these since the Scouts. So today we are looking at Space Marine 2, the board game. This is the German version of the board game. I have it right here. It is the game that came out in North America and Europe, I think 3 months ahead of the video game. Or was it 6 months? It was a bit before the actual video game. This is supposed to promote Space Marine 2, the video game, very successful before it launched. And now we will take a look inside. So here we have the cover, here the German font over here, Space Marine, the board game. We have Captain Titus, or Lieutenant Titus as it is, right here. So it is for 2 players. It is suggested to be 30 minutes of gameplay, ages 12 or more. So let's take a look at the rims. So right here we got this. So nothing special here. Made in the UK, so Games Workshop. So nothing on the trims. And then right here, so Space Marine. In the darkness of the 41st millennium, there is no peace. In this tense survival game Space Marine, the board game, the honorable and stoic Lieutenant Titus of the Ultramarines goes against the endless hordes of alien Tyranids. Face the challenge and play as Titus, or as the ferocious Tyranids who want to eat them. Okay, so here we go. We can see some stuff. We have some Termagants, we have some dice, we have a token, and of course, Lieutenant Titus. It also says here you have to build the minis. You don't need glue. So these are the push-fit Termagants. And we have Titus here. So this board game, I got it for 60... No, I got it for 49 euros. So it should be like $60, I think. $60, I think, for 20 Gaunts and Lieutenant Titus. I don't know how much Lieutenant Titus is on the Games Workshop store, but if you have a use for the Termagants and Lieutenant Titus, because you have a Space Marine and a Tyranid army, then this might be a better deal than buying the Termagant box for 45 bucks and then also the Titus for like 40 separately. So you would save some money. So this is always what Games Workshop does with their board games. They always just repackage their models, usually, and then do some stuff with that. So let's cut that open. Surprisingly enough, a lot of these board games are actually pretty fun. I wanted to make something about the... It is called Execution Force. That is the one with the assassins. That game is actually really fun. I like it a lot. So here we go. We have the rulebook. Can flick through it. So here we see some stats. Of course, it's all in German. So just so we can see, there's some missions, some lore, and it's all in full color. So that's pretty neat. I like that. And of course the instructions on how to build your lieutenant and your Tyranids. We get a 12-inch ruler. All right. This is one of the newer ones, I think, because the one from the Leviathan box has different symbols on it. So if you can see right here, it has like the Warhammer icon here, and it also doesn't have the Necron thing. So I always like that these plastic rulers you get, usually the way I see them used in the tabletop game, people buy them and then they snip off the ranges they need from all of them. So I have one that is 3, 6, 9, and 12. So I can measure different ranges and lay them out on the board. So I don't have to prepare a tape measure. So here we go. There is the plates. I assume these are not the average size you would get from a starter kit of 40k. So how about we cut them open? So how do we do this best? I always like to go to one of these anomalies over here, because if you cut into the part where the plastic is kind of melt together, you can cut into this spot without damaging the plastic. A habit I've had since the trading card days, when a box of Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh cards didn't come with one of those zips you can just pull over. Yeah. Don't know what they're called. It's like a little loose plastic string you can just... So, okay, so here we have the board. I can't unfold the whole thing on my desk, unfortunately, but I will show you everything. So there's some spots here, some green spots. I assume they have something to do with the game. Might this be the same thing as the boarding action boards? If it is, please tell me in the comments. I would be interested to know. Yeah, here we have some more 40k flavored imagery, some crates, some boxes. That's pretty neat. Very nice. That is one thing. Below the box, we have the Warhammer thing, so you know who you're buying it from. And then right here, we have some... What is in here? That's probably the dice. And it is 6 little dice. These are... Is that a 28mm die? 40mm? I don't know my dice sizes. These are the smaller dice. They are not the big dice. The bigger dice, which are the Games Workshop dice you normally get, these are like small dice. I really like that the dice are very readable. They have big numbers on them, so you can really... They're really easy to read because they're a bit thicker. I like that. Pretty good. Here we have the bases. That should be 3 40s and 20 28s. And here we have the push fit Termagants. They of course don't come with the weapon options you would get from the full kit, so you can only build the Flesh Borer and the Ripper Swarm out of them. So no options for these, just push fit stuff. And you get 4 of those. Oh, 1 and 2 of them were cracked. So I wonder how that works. Oh no, these 2 are separate and these 2 are identical because there's a Ripper Swarm in both of them. I see. That's how that is laid out. And here we have the man himself. We have Lieutenant Titus with his chain sword. Titus face. You can also build with a helmet. I like that. They do include the helmet option. I will go for a different helmet when I build him because I want to get a helmet with the Laurels of Victory on them, so I can represent that it's Titus after the game and not during the game. I think that would be a cool idea. So yeah, pretty nice stuff. So the bolt pistol, the chainsword. Titus is a model that is currently usable in 40k, as far as we know. It is still not 100% clear if you are allowed to use him, but he should be. He's not Legends. And then we have some cardboard here. And interesting enough, you have to take some scissors to take these tokens out of here, which is a bit cheap, I have to be really honest here. Usually the Games Workshop board games are pretty nice about this stuff, and they give you some proper cardboard where you just have to push them out. So yeah, this would be a negative for me about this game, so I will cut this out and get to work at some point. Well, that was it. That was the unboxing for the Space Marine 2 board game. If you have any questions about the models and the game, feel free to answer them in the comments. And if you want to hear how the game actually works, then I could make it a proper review. So if you are interested in that, potentially, tell me in the comments. So far, thank you very much for watching. Courage and honor, we march for McCrag.